Hi guys, it's Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner. Today I'm going to be playing with the new Ukrainian Eggs Stamp and Die set from Catherine Pooler, along with some brand new lovely pastel color inks. Now I lean towards the blues, but there's a lot of colors that I don't really have anything similar to, and these are perfect Easter egg colors. Oh my god, so lovely and so good for spring. So we've got lemon sorbet, and we've got creamsicle, thinking of summer, and then we've got this lovely lavender color frosted. So this is a light purple. Love these. These are just so pretty. Anyway, I've already been doing some stamping and die cutting, so I've got several of the little eggs already done, and I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you what my thoughts were when I was doing these. I got the stuff in, I had to start playing, so I'm doing other things and trying out the new inks and doing all the things. Yeah, so we've got a solid stamp here. So we've got a solid, so you can do your solid eggs, and then we've got all these different ones to decorate with. And my thought on this one is it looks like dragon scales. So yes, I made dragon scale eggs using other colors of Catherine Pooler ink. I mean, here are the ones that I used using these new ones. So we've got the creamsicle, we've got the lemon sorbet, and then we've got the frosted, and then I brought in some of my other Catherine Pooler inks. But then I had to come in and try out using a darker color, but then using some Simon Hurley lunar paste for the scales. I think that one turned out super cool. And then, of course, what I wound up seeing is a video from Simon where he's saying you can foil over it. So here's one where I stamped, yeah, I stamped with some lunar paste. No, I'm sorry, the solar paste, so it would be mostly translucent kind of. It was going to be a lighter color, and then I went back over it with some foil and ran that through my fuse foiling system, and that turned out super lovely. So I have no idea what I'm going to do with these, but I need to put together a few cards, and I may do some more stamping. Yeah, I just think these are so super cute. So we've got this new paper pack. This is the Spring Gingham. So yes, I need to use some of these in this card. These cards, I think I'm going to make more than one. Yeah, I need to use some of the fun. Look at that. It makes me think of, yeah, tablecloths or picnic blankets or, yeah, wallpaper. These are just so pretty, and they're all basically a rainbow of colors. Yes, so nice. Anyway, let me go ahead and get started putting together some cards. So I think I'm going to use, for this first card, I'm going to use some of this pretty pattern paper. So I'm cutting a piece from down to 3 inches. And then I'm going to put this onto my card base. I've already got an idea for this one. Believe it or not, guys, I already have an idea for what I want to do. So I'm not going to put the glue all the way to the end because this is going to have a little bit more than the width of my card. My card is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then I can just trim off the excess right here. And I think I just had another idea. So I'm going to make myself a little strip to go along the edge there. And I'm just going to use the new creamsicle, and we're going to go direct to paper. Oh, that definitely looks like, that color is so nice. This does remind me of those ice cream, yeah, creamsicles that we had as a kid. And it looks like I need a little bit further. I didn't go quite far enough. And while the creamsicle is drying, I'm going to trim off this excess white here, because I'm doing something a little different than I normally do. This is still a little wet, so I'm not going to do that yet. I am going to take the, oh, that's going to be nice. I think I'm going to take the Welcome Spring, and we're going to stamp that down onto the inside of our card. Oh, that's lovely. I'm going to just trim a small sliver of this First, it's going to need to be 5.5, so go ahead and cut it. I'm going to actually cut it a little longer than 5.5 just to be on the safe side. And then I just want a 1/4 inch. So I'm going to trim it down, move it down to 1.5, and then that should give us a strip that is pretty much straight this time. Okay, so this one does look better. I'm going to glue that right about there, right on the edge there. And then just trimming off the excess. Okay, and then we're going to take some of our eggs. I think that's what I want to do with them. Okay, so what I'm going to have is some of the eggs are going to be overhanging. It's going to be hanging off the edge. And then we can add our other eggs, but we're not going to add glue all the way to the edge. We're only going to put it on there for about the top half. So the first one I did in creamsicle, and I'm going to go ahead and say you may want to make sure to wipe off your brand new stamps before you use them, unlike what I did here. Yeah, because you know what can sometimes happen? You can get a little bit of splotchiness. Okay, I've decided I don't really like that one. Yeah, that one right there. So what I'm doing is first I'm rubbing off all of that excess off of the top of that stamp. I'm going to restamp it onto another piece of cardstock and die cut it out. There are die cuts that come with this set. So we've got the egg and all 3 of the little flowers. So I'm going to take advantage of that. So let's see if we can get a better stamping than what I did there. That one looks better, and while I'm at it, I might as well stamp out a few more. So now I'm going to replace the one that I stamped with a new one that looks better. There we go. Now this card is, yeah, this one's done. I'm not going to add anything else to it. Yeah, okay, putting that one to the side. So for my next one, I decided I am going to do an easel card. Now to make an easel card, you take a top folding card base and you score it across some section of the front of your card. Then we're going to fold on that score, burnish it down. And this is your base for your easel card. The way that it's going to work is we're going to put something here to be a stopper or somewhere on the inside of the card so that this is going to stay popped up for display. So that's how those work. They're super easy to do. I don't usually even think about it. I kind of need to think about it before I do it. Otherwise, I don't have all the pieces that I need because I want to make sure that whatever is above the fold is solid enough, which means I need another piece of cardstock. If I just use pattern paper, I mean, this is fairly thick pattern paper, but it's not as thick as my heavyweight cardstock. So I want to use another piece of cardstock to kind of be the backing. Okay, so I went ahead and added some pattern paper as a background, and then I got a second panel. This is going to be the one that's actually going to pop up. So the way that we're going to adhere this down is we're going to add glue to the bottom half. So I adhered some pattern paper onto some white cardstock, and then I actually trimmed it down and rounded the corners for a little bit of a different look. And I'm going to basically center that. And I'm going to just double check, make sure there's no glue on this part. And it looks like I actually got pretty close on there, so that looks good. And now I'm going to put my eggs on the front. So I've still got several eggs that I've got over here ready to go, and I think they are just super cute. So the one at the bottom, I'm leaving I only put foam on one part of it so I could still slide my other egg in. So I'll put foam at the bottom of this one as well, so that our top egg can slide behind it. And then this one I'm going to put foam over the entire back. So adding some for on the back of this little purple flower. Okay, so now when it's open up and on display, it'll pop up like that. So now we need a stopper to go down here. So I'm stamping down onto a scrap of cardstock, some excess. This is from where we did that orange. And yeah, I'm not going to use that on this last one. And you could fussy cut, and I'm kind of sort of thinking about doing that. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to do a bubble cut around my sentiment here. You guys know me, I change my mind a lot. Okay, and then what I think I'm going to use is that strip that I cut off when I decided that that panel wasn't quite thin enough. I'm going to use that, and that's what I'm going to pop my sentiment on. However, it is too wide, so I need to trim it down again. So this one needs to be 4 1/4. And then I'll take my corner rounder. Well, let's see, does it look okay without it being rounded? Nope, it needs to be rounded. So I'm going to take my corner rounder again. And just round that edge. And then we're going to adhere this down also with some foam. And you'll notice my foam is too wide, so I am going to trim it down vertically. Okay, you do want to make sure you put it on there straight, unlike what I did. So I'm going to use, this is a Creative Corner from Misty. So I'm going to use that to line it up so I have it actually straight across my card. So now it goes flat. You can put it in your envelope like this, and then when they want to put it on display, they just pop it up and you've got space for your handwritten message. So I'm using some of the strips of pattern paper to make another piece of pattern paper. Just gluing this down onto a piece of white cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I just thought that this would be kind of fun to add additional pattern onto our die cut with pattern paper eggs. This, it just makes it a little bit different. I like that. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna use the egg shape to die cut out my sentiment on this one. Okay, just adding some liquid glue to the back. And I dried this panel with my Ranger Heat It tool because I also did a little bit of water splatter. It's a little subtle, you can't really see a lot of it, but I wanted to add just a little bit extra. Add a little texture, you know? And now we'll glue that down flat. So I'm going to try something I haven't tried before. This is something I was using in my Misty as a sticky grid. It's actually a piece of a Nakapa mat. I want to try to keep all of my eggs in about the same spot, so I'm using the sticky part and I'm just going to lift it up. And now I've got all of my eggs. So these first two, the farthest back ones, I'm going to put down with some liquid glue. So just add some liquid glue to that, then I can position it the way I want them. I want to do it a little bit higher than what I initially put, and then I'll press those in place, And just gently peel back this sticky mat. And now those are in place. And then I want to put some foam on the rest of these. I think I want it about there, so I'm going to put, actually I'm going to glue these and then I will tuck the foam underneath. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue up at the top and have them adhere to this top egg. Okay, and then we're going to cut some of the foam and then we're going to tuck it underneath just using some tweezers. There we go. And I'm going to say that that one is done. I was debating whether or not to add some flowers to it, but I think I like it the way that it is. So here are our 3 cards. So we've got this first one that kind of hangs off the edge with the eggs there, and we've got our stamped background on the inside. I mean, our stamped sentiment on the inside. Then we've got this one that is a pop-up easel card, Happy Easter. And then we've got this last one that is Welcome Spring, also a top folding card. So anyway, that's going to finish up my cards for today's video. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will catch you in the next video, guys. Bye, guys.